What's up, everybody? How you doing? Thanks for pulling up on this Sunday. I know it's football season and everybody's very busy watching their favorite team underperform. Completely just disregard their expectations on any given Sunday. Anyone could be a loser. So like Shane is saying in the comments, you got the new MPC, right? And it's super cute. Ay, que chico, pero so bonita, so very, very cute. Ay, que cutie. Oh, look at the little cutie. It's as big as my hand, and I don't have big hands. I do not have big hands. I don't think I have big hands. No, I swear I don't. You know, you're looking at a very small footprint, which is awesome because if you guys seen what's going on here, I'm able to put this on my desk and I don't have to move anything, which is awesome. And then when I don't want to use it, right, I could just unplug it and it's gone, and it's gone. It's gone. You don't have, hey guys, you don't have to pause that. You guys definitely don't have to pause that. You know, it's 2021 anyway. Pause is homophobic. Stay woke. What's up, AM? Please show us how to strum chords using the touch strip. That feature is just, you press touch strip and you scroll over to where it'll say notes on here, and then whatever track you have selected, it'll strum it. So here's an 808 strum. So there's that. Shows how to keep it dust free. You cannot keep this dust free. This is going to be I mean, in 3 days this shit's going to be ashy. I already got fingerprints on it. You know, you already know how that goes. But so a couple things about it before I cook up and show you guys what it's all about. The first thing was I thought that using the Q links was gonna be like, not having those was gonna be a really big deal breaker for me, and I might regret making this purchase. And that is not the case. That is not the case at all. Primarily what I use Q links for was adjusting audio on samples, because you guys know, or maybe you don't know, the MPC purposely, when you load samples, they're already clipping, right? And the MPC program, they have a soft clipper built into their channels. That's why when they clip, it doesn't sound the way other stuff clips. It sounds fucking awesome. That's what's going on. There's soft clipping already like happening native to this DAW, right? So what I would do is, like, in order to get my gain staging and everything, is I would use the hit pad mix, and then use the Q links to mix stuff down. And I, like, from using an Ableton Push and stuff like that, I love using a circular encoder to do volume mixes. I've been doing that ever since I had a machine, right, back in 2000 and back in 2009, right? So, but when I got this, that's the first thing I looked for. And what's dope is this touch screen has different modes, right? And you could set the touch screen to Q-Link mode. And when you set it to Q-Link mode, if you're on a track that has, multiple drum pads, like a drum program, all you do is you hit the pad that you want to mix. You just hit the pad, and then these red lights here that are your indicators. This indicates where the volume fader is, right? So you can just hit this pad. It'll show you where the volume fader is, and then you use the touch strip to adjust the gain of your samples. Like, bro, so that's dope. Now I'm gonna tell you off rip what the goofball shit about this is, right? For me personally, the most annoying part of the software is that stuff like duplicate sequence, the time stretch menu, and like explode track and things like that. I don't like that those things are tucked beneath. Like, you got to scroll, like, you got to go up to the mouse, and you got to hit file, and then you got to select, or you got to hit edit, then you have to select what you want to edit, then you have to select the option, right? I wish that, for example, where this has a deal where, like, you can press shift and select the sequence. I wish there was an edit button, right? And that, on the touch script, it would give me and maybe there is, maybe I just haven't found it yet, but I wish that there was, select track, edit, explode track, or track, edit. That would just make it so that I, like, really could just use this and only this, right? But there's probably another, like, mid-level DAW only controller coming, right? So I'll take you guys in, and we'll cook up, and we'll make a beat, and I'll show you what this is about, right? So I started working on a track. This is with some samples from the kit from my bro Tick. And oh my god, what's going on here? Do I use half and half for all of them? Anyway, so these samples are going to be coming from Abyss, right? Um, this is the first track that I just like cut this thing on and used it because I wanted to see how frustrating would it actually be, and to be honest, like it was not that bad at all. All right, so like for example, you hear how that how that what's it called 808 is just slapping. You see how I've got this here? I could just turn down the volume of this program and watch. You know, super easy to mix, and it's got the feedback in the DAW, right? So I'm going to use the Q link here, yoink, yoink, right? And let me pull this up, so you guys can see this while we're working. Put you down here. Oops. So you guys can see what's going on. So we'll just start a brand new project. Don't save. All right, and just kind of show you guys how I can use it. Right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the browser and I'm gonna find a sample. Right. So let's go back into Abyss. And if I hit browse on here, it gives me control now. So I go through the composition. So let's make another drill beat right now. I'm inside here. I want to use this. I want to use this as an audio track. Like I don't want to do I'm not going to chop this as a sample. Let's just use the easy stuff. Like if you're just like coming from the computer and you want to start using this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to track select, and I'm going to hit it a couple times until I get audio tracks, right? And now I just go click and drag this in like you would in any other software, right? And then I have warp already started, right? So you can automatically warp your samples. And this is what's so dope about the MPC. So let's press play start. And if I want to like audition the sample and try to take a different piece, maybe I want to use this piece. Just go ahead and grab this, bring it over. All right, so this is a cool section. I'm gonna wind up using this, and you see I've got it warped now, right? So if I hold down the tempo and say I wanted to make this faster, go to 148. All right, bet. So now just go back and hit the mains. Go back and hit track select. We're back in MIDI tracks, and now I want to go and add some samples to this. So I'll go back to my the where's my damn. All right, so now, and if I hit my browse button again after I found my fast folder, I'll just go ahead and I'll start with the first deal right here. Look for a kick. I like that one. And all you gotta do is push the button in. Now it's here. Select my next one. If I want to go up in the browser, just press shift here. Now I'm back in this kit, right? So now I can go. We'll use this snare today. Hit that guy. Boom. Shift up. Find a hi-hat. Like that one. Boom. All right, let's get my gain stage correct before I get too crazy. So let's go into I'll go into Q-Link. All right, bet. Turn these down. Now, let's see what I got. I'll turn fucking pad mute off. All right, so that's where I want my kick. Want my snare down there. And this is fire because it makes gain staging super easy, right? So now I could go in. Stop. Undo. Start again. So this is another dope function that I like, is that the if you hold down not if you hold it down, but if you select shift and hit the TC on and off, you could switch in between the values, which is something that, like, using the software. And even on the other controllers, I don't think the other controllers have this option. And this is, especially like if you're, you could tell they use this for people who are comfortable with the mouse, because when you're using the mouse to like make trap hi-hats and stuff, and like drill hi-hats, like you're gonna see me do here in a second, being able to switch the the grid resolution like this is fire. So let me go ahead and change this to 16 and let's lay in some hi-hats and some kicks. All right, so that's a cool pattern, but now I can take it a step further, you know, and just go ahead and start working on it. So what I was telling you about, now I could, you know, I could go from 16 and then go to 32 here, and then making a trap roll is just so easy, right? Go ahead and hit my velocity. Go here. Like, I love how fast that I can move with the mouse and the controller. Right? So now I can get that and say, all right, let's go ahead and take this, duplicate it over here. All right, so that's a great hi-hat pattern. Let's go ahead and duplicate it over. All right, so now, you know, for like drill, I just have a fast method for making the kicks, and it involves clicking it in. So just being able to change this into eighth notes real quick is a super blessing. And then just being able to, again, this is probably my favorite part so far, is just doing that. Boom. All right, bet. I like that. I've got myself a nice little drill pattern here. What level did you set your kick, hat, and snare to? Roughly like 6, 9, and 20. All right, so now when I want to go and say, okay, let me make a 808, you know, it's super simple. You just go to track select again, and we'll go to track 2. So if you look at the software, we're on a brand new track, and then if you go into your controller, you hold down Shift and then select track type, and it'll give you watch up here on the software, right? So it'll select between these. So you can select between the drum program, a key group, a plugin, MIDI program, clip, or CV, right? So we'll go into here. Now we've got our key group. What's the next thing we need to do? We need to go into program edit to get our file, right? So I'm gonna press mode, and I'll pull up program edit. Now you'll see that brings up the program edit in the DAW, right? So if I go back to my browser, right, hit shift and then go up, go to 808. And I'm doing this just looking at this super small screen. Like this is dead easy. Right, so we're selecting that. And go back to mode, go back to program edit, go here, sample layers, and then select the drill bass, right? And if I scroll over, I can go into my portamento. I think for drill, I like around 23 to 27. Go ahead and turn legato on, and then we can go ahead. I believe this is in D, so I go back to the main screen. Pad perform natural minor. Yep. Let me hit my touch script. I want to go to program level, turn this down. Just go to program edit and make sure that I'm in mono. There we go. All right, bet. All right, so when I do drill stuff, I like to scribble it in like that, and then if something makes sense, I'll keep it, or we could just go ahead and fix it here, right? So let's go here, see what we got. So I'll take this guy, duplicate him here. So, I mean, as easy as that, you have you have something like you got drill easy. So I mean, this is the only part that I don't like. I wish that I could go to like where I press shift and hit sequence select. So you see I can, you can select the different sequences, but it would just be so amazing like if I could just, I don't know, like hold this down and press copy and get the copy sequence up, you know, something that would let me do that, you know. But you can't. So the next best thing is just to go into your let's go into your edit menu, edit sequence, copy sequence. All right, so we'll call this hook one. I don't know why we're doing that. Call this hook two. Like for something like this, you have to do so. If you have to do this so much, like give me a shortcut. Give me a shortcut for that. Why do I got the logo covering the monitor, bro? Because it's cmpkits.com. This is where the weirdos come out where they're like, why do you want music making to be so fast? Don't you want to take like, yeah, I want to like I don't got no problem taking my time making like a rhythm awesome or but like dude, like arranging, I don't wanna have to keep like hitting copy sequence. I need a top hat to add to my persona. A top hat and a monocle. All right. So now if I go to sequence select. All right, so that's our intro. So let's start making some variations. Let's go to hook one. And the first thing we want to do for hook one is this is going to be a different 808 pattern, right? right, so that's hook 1. Hook 2 is gonna have all this shit in it. Let's go to our audio tracks and let's do something with this now. So we got this here. Maybe we can let's see what happens when we reverse this. So I actually see, I think I want to take this, right? And then if you hold down Command, you get into time stretch mode here. Okay, so now I go Control D on each one of these. I've got the fade in and fade out time so that these will be cross faded. Now let's see what this sounds like. All right, do this. So let's go to verse 1. I know that for my, go to track select here, go to MIDI tracks. I know that for my first 2 bars, I don't want any drums or no drums here. All right, let's do that. And then let's go to this track here. No 808 and no 808 here. So let's see what this pattern sounds like. All right, so this next pattern is entitled Go Crazy. And normally what I do here is like I'll do like in the DAW, I'll chop this up into 4 pieces. So it's like, so do like a little 4 count here so I can replicate that in this environment, right? So let me go to the MIDI tracks. We'll go here. So I just want to take what's happening on my first track and duplicate it. see here. Right. And then we could go to, let's go to track select again, hit the audio tracks. And then what I want to do is swing back this way, get a scissor tool out. Boom. We'll take that, go back to this tool. And this is I don't know, man, this is a really enjoyable workflow because it really is like best of both worlds. Get this, dun, dun, dun. And then we can even take and say, you know what, I want to, maybe I'll mute this section. So now that I got, you know, a decent amount of patterns to work with, I can hit my mode again, and then just hit my pad here, go into song mode, and we can start adding pieces of the sequence in, right? So check this out. Yo, what happened there, buddy? You know, now if this is hold up. So I mean, you could see, dude, if you're I still can't believe this shit, right? The way that they rolled this out is probably the way that Akai rolled out the MPC Studio is probably the best rollout that I've ever seen for, as far as the users are concerned, for a product at this price point, right? So you get the controller for $269. You get the controller. You get the full blown DAW. right? The MPC, like, they've never been, goofy about saying that this software isn't a DAW, so I'll call it a DAW. On top of that, you get 9 expansion packs. You get all the sounds that you need, like literally, to make anything. You get 9 expansion packs. Of course, you have your own samples to pull from. And then not only that, check this out. This was super surprising to me. So because a lot of companies fuck this part up, and these guys did not. So if you go to the site, right? And it tells you everything that you get, shows you cool people using it, you get that social proof, whatever. So you have these different videos that they have in their gallery. Well, if you know how to use your computer, and you know how the internet works, you go to a Kai Pro video, you go here, you go to their last 5 videos, and you look at all the videos that have been dropped within the past 5 days. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There are 30 tutorials by the company, right? By the people who designed this thing. 30 tutorials to get you up and running. Like, so dude, if I was like 18 years old and I wanted to get into, like, if I was like, if I was how I was, like, if I was 18 today, I would be like a super, like, Griselda fan, right? I would be like anti trap and everything. I'd be trying to figure out how to make those beats. And if I had one of these, like, we're in it, we're doing it. And then the other thing is which I didn't. This was the thing that I was worried about, because the MPCs, they auto compensate for latency. So when you play them on the computer, like, a lot of people don't realize that, like, there's no latency on the MPC. There's no latency on this stupid thing either, right? No, I'm not. I'm not selling my MPC, bro. Like, MPCs ain't something that you sell. But so say like, say you're here and you're like, okay, because if you got this, you probably already have a DAW, right? So, I could go to, let's see, I'll go to mode, and then I'll go ahead and select save, right? And this will bring me up save, and I'll do, all right, so I take this, boom, MPC Studio drill, close out of this software, and don't forget to buy Abyss on Friday. On Friday, Abyss is coming. That's the sample that we use to get this going. So if I go ahead and pull up Studio One now, you guys seen how I did that with a push of a button. I ain't use a mouse. No, what's good, bro? Zach M says this is for beginners. It's definitely aimed at beginners, but I mean, I'm not a beginner and I'm killing this shit. Like, this is dope. So I have a template already called MPC Mix. Do you need a computer for this? Yeah, you definitely need a computer for this, bro. You absolutely 100% need a computer for this. So what dictates when you use the live versus when you use the studio? I would use the live standalone. That's what would dictate it. All right, so I go in here, I press we'll go in here and we'll go to file, load recent, and what was that? All right, so now that I've got this now that I've got this, I could say, all right, so I've got the song, boom, 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 boom. We're in song mode still, right? Edit. All right, here we go. Convert to sequence song. So let's name it. Go to studio drill. So we want to convert this to sequence, right? Convert studio. So now, if I go to shift sequence select and we go to number 7. If I zoom out all the way, you guys see how, oops. You guys see how we got the whole song here now? So what I can do is what I always like to do when it comes to exporting these things is just go, okay, boom. So let's go ahead and let's do this. So I've got my sample. Go to my MIDI tracks. Let's get my 808 pattern out. Right. Now we got my 808 pattern out. Now let's go to track select again. And I want to go to edit, track. I want to go to explode, right? And go to my kicks here. I want to do something real quick. I want to go to edit, time correct. Actually, no, let me select these. We're going to go to 16. And I got triplets. And we just want to add a little bit of swing on these, right? And then we'll bounce them. Oh, we're going to, we're going to mix it through the 6. We're going to mix it through the 6 in the BetterMaker. We're about to get very jiggy. All right, so we hit this, boom. Now I hit the snare ski. Snare ski doesn't need any swing. Right, bring this guy out. Okay. And let's get the hi-hat. All right, so we got this guy now, and I'm gonna take my hi-hat, and this would just be this, like, I would be screaming from the hilltops if I could access the time correct settings from this controller. If I could access the time correct and the edit sequence and edit tracks from this controller, like this thing would be perfect. I would never hook up my MPC one just for the computer, like ever. But that's not what this is about. So let's go ahead and we'll take these and let's shift the timing too, right? Because this is why we got an MPC, is to be able to do this. 32T and do it. William O says, I'm in no rush. I got a live, a 1000, the forest, but Christmas is around the corner. Yeah, man, I hear you. All right, so now I can turn this off. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. Right? And the other thing is, like, I don't need this anymore. So, very simply, I could just, and it's not some, it isn't some, $1,000 piece of gear. So if I just take it and put it on the side of my desk, like, you guys can't freak out. It's just boom. That's where that goes. Oh, I didn't get the snare. I gotta grab the snare. Well, where's my snare? I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. Did the stand come with it? No, I got that for $5 at Five Below. Whoa. All right, so let's see here. This is the 808. All right, so we're going to send this to, whoopsie, audio setup, song setup. Let's go to import. Let's go to this, yoink, yoink, nice. So I'm going to set my, hold on, we're going to need to turn some stuff on. All right. All right, so let's send these to 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Let's send this to, where's the sample? The sample goes to 5 and 6. Right? You see how just one knob can give you that that just amazing saturation? It's so dope. All right, so when it comes to doing this with the BetterMaker, you got to you gotta plot and plan, right? So let me let's go ahead and get this up so you guys can see. Um, so if you can see the BetterMaker, it's a very simple thing to use, right? You've got your input here, okay, input knob, your output knob, and then here's your meter, right? I've got my clipper on. But what I want to do is I want to go um I want to go like these are the different menus here, right? So I could go to my limiter mode, I can go to my loudness, and this shows me the integrated LUFS, this shows me the short-term LUFS, right? So what I want to do is I want to go out from my SSL6, right? So this is the out from my SSL6 into the input of the BetterMaker. And then from the output of the BetterMaker, right, into the input of my interface. I'm all patched in. We should hear noise now. Yeah. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go to my console. Where's my console at? And I want to make sure that I'm not adding any gain, right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to just go into the console clean. All right, let's listen. So what I'm going to do, right? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to this is the same way that I would kind of do it with a K clip and a Pro L. I'm gonna look at the meter of my this has a built-in LUF meter into it, right? And I'm gonna bring my kick up first, and I'm going because the kick's gonna be the loudest part of this track, and I'm going to get that negative 12, 11 LUFs, right? And then I'm gonna mix it. I'm gonna bring my other faders up around that. I've got my I've only got four faders. I've only got four faders that I'm working with. So this should be pretty simple to execute, right? So let's do it. All right. So now that you got that, you just bring the rest of this shit you can do by ear. So let's bring the 808 in. then once you got that, now we could take it. Let's go ahead and add an audio track. Hit 3 and 4. Some of the most underrated aspects of this of the BetterMaker is the meters on here. It's got a spectrum analyzer, it's got luff meter, it's got a goniometer, phase meter, K meters. So if you were thinking about like what are the other aspects of getting this unit, if you're able to find a deal on one, just being able to have this big visual screen in front of you, and then use your hardware, and then still be able to tap in, and like you see like this spectrum analyzer, I could go and like scan for a frequency and like go like 330 and see what amplitude that's hitting. It's a really they added a lot of stuff to it. But if we go ahead and we look at this this wave here, I mean, you see how even though like the loudness meter inside of the what's it called, like it was like yo, you're you're at like -12, but you see how we were still able to get some more out of it in the DAW. Oh wow. That shit's loud as fuck. Hold on. Let me just bring that back. How is that clip in the DAW? What is this going through? Oh, okay. I see it now. I was about to say that's going through something. Let me just set this to the main. But you see how I mix that in the BetterMaker, and like, if you're used to looking at these waves, you're like, wait a minute, dude. Like you can get if you're looking at this, and this is what makes the BetterMaker different, and this is why everybody has one now, especially if they're doing like 808 bass music and they're trying to get this big sound. God damn it. Here. Look at this. So if you all right, bet. So you see we've got, I don't know, 3 dB until where this bass is rising up here. And we're like, you see the release on this. Like I can let me show you. Go to menu. Oh wait, dude, this thing has a VU meter on it. Oops. Like, watch how. Let me just remove this track. Watch how nasty we could get with this. And we didn't even like. Hold on, I didn't even use the G bus. Check this out. So now I'm gonna hit it with the G bus compression first, right? Like you can get so ignorant with this limiter. All right. And then if you look at the way, oh my God, why does it keep doing that? If you look at the way this is clipping, if you know anything about synthesis and waveforms and distortion, like you see, this isn't like a FL clipper where it's just a digital clip and it clips off the top. This is like what happens when you hit something through tape, or you hit it through a Zulu or something, right? You get that diagonal it's a rounding of the waveform, and it's fucking awesome. But yeah, that's how this is how everybody gets their shit so loud, guys. And I don't like the way that this sounds. Like this is me turning it all the way up and just like squashing the hell out of it. And you could see that even though like this is not a I wouldn't like I wouldn't master a beat like this and be like, oh man, this is the best thing that you ever heard. But it's still like, bro, like this isn't like I smashed the shit out of this on this box, and it's not unlistenable. So, I mean, that's the difference between hardware and software, pretty much in a nutshell. But yeah, man, when it comes to this, when it comes to this MPC Studio, this MPC Studio is dope. I'm glad that I got it. I'm really glad that I got it. It's easy to work with. It's easy to work with in the software. You guys know that most of the times when I use an MPC, I'm using it as a plugin inside Studio One to scribble out a quick little drum idea. I was definitely curious about it just because, like when something new comes out, a lot of the MPC enthusiasts, they're very negative towards it because it's not something that's another clone of their preferred workflow, which I always think is like kind of weird. Like, why would you want, like, I don't know, do you just want to spend more money on another machine? Anyway, man, you guys have any questions before I get out of here on Sunday? By the way, this both of the samples that we used for this came out of the Abyss pack from Tick, produced by Tick on CMP Kits. Friday at midnight, we're dropping this pack. This pack is fucking fire, especially if you like making dark trap and drill. This is the pack for you. Straight smoke in this pack. CMP, are you getting the distressor hardware? I don't know. I don't. I think the next piece of hardware that I get, I want this, man. To be honest with you, I want this. This keyboard makes me happy. I've like on if it's Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and I'm coming up from Miami, I'll stop at the Guitar Center on Okeechobee in West Palm, and I'll just sit down and play this for half an hour because it's just it's fucking amazing, man. It's such a good keyboard, and I don't know like the ins and outs of it, how they're getting the sound, if it's true to the old keyboards. But the thing that makes this keyboard really dope is if you look right here, this says preloaded models, and the models that they have is the Jupiter, the Juno, which is the vintage keyboard that I own, the only vintage keyboard. I have a Juno 106. Then they've got the JX, they've got the they've got the SH, they've got the XV, which is, that was my old Rompler, and then this other one I forgot what it is, but Roshi says they're using their Zen core engine on that keyboard. It's a really good engine. Yeah, I don't know anything about the engine, and I don't know like how true it is to the original sounds, but dude, I love my Juno, but it just makes me so sad that the chorus chip is fried on it. You know what I mean? And having a fried chorus chip, and not being able to get like the Juno sound out of it, it just it's just like, bro, like, it's the future. I want like a future vintage board, you know what I mean? And this is like a future vintage board. Like this has my Juno inside of it, this has the Jupiter inside of it, this has the old JX inside of it, this has the old SH inside of it, it's got the old XV inside of it. It's all of those vintage boards on one fucking board, and it's a Jupiter. You know what I mean? It's a Jupiter. There's not a lot of, like, when I use it, like, dude, you guys don't understand. It is just like so easy. Like, that's why I like the Juno, right? Because you can just turn on the Juno, pull up the init patch, move some sliders around, and you got a sound. Like, it's fire, you know? But you guys are terrible. This is I want to I got a job that I'm working on for somebody, and they're always trying to pay me, and they're a friend, and I never like, and I'm like, nah, bro, just go and get that off. But if I wind up producing this project, like, I'm just gonna tell them, like, if they're like, no, I want to pay you, I'm gonna just be like, buy me this fucking Jupiter, bro. Like, just give me the Jupiter, and we'll call it even. Yeah, I mean, it's not a crazy price, and I've thought about like getting the like compromising and getting this one, because this one is very similar, and it's got what's it called? It has the preloaded models, so it has the Jupiter and the Juno and the JX and the SAH and the X. It has those. I don't know what other features that it's potentially missing. Um, but it's got, it's not fucking around. It's got the balanced outputs. You know what I mean? It's got that. Oh, this thing can run on batteries. Oh, look at that. It can. Look at that. Yeah. So you guys have been checking these out. But yeah, I was thinking about just getting this one, because it's like, it's super small. Like, when I want to, I could just put it on my desk, because you guys know, if I can't like put it right here, it's gonna go up somewhere else in the studio, and I'm not gonna wind up using it. And this is like, I mean, you guys see me when I watch samples. I pull up that I pull up that Jupiter plugin or that Juno plugin all the time, man. And these are just like, I don't know. This just has my favorite saw wave chorus type of vibe. I don't know what the difference is in this one. Does anybody know what the difference is that makes this one so much cheaper than the other one? Like, look, this has the MFX. Those are the effects from the fucking from your SP. Excuse me, from your SPs. Yo, what's up with that CLB MIDI? It's out, bro. Cop it. Switch to view. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the only thing I worry about is is like on the yeah, no, the effects, the one, two, three, four, eight effects here and six effects here. So which effects are we missing? They're gonna steal some effects from me. Oh, they give you two delay parameters on the X. Envelope one and envelope two. I bet you don't have envelope controls on here. You got one envelope. So they give you one envelope. Or no, they just give you a button to switch them. You got the pitch envelope, and then you can go to the filter, and then you can go to the amplitude. Let me see if that's the same here. Ah, no. Okay, this gives you two assignable envelopes. You said it won't matter. They have a standalone plugin you could control the synth to. Oh, that's my kind of that's you speaking my kind of language there. Yeah, I'm thinking about selling. I'm thinking about selling the Dwarmer EQ. If I sell the Dwarmer EQ and I sell the machine, right? I sell the Dwarmer EQ. I sell the machine, and I'm thinking about selling my what's it called? I'm thinking about selling my what the fuck is it? My Mellotron. This is the VST. I have friends who don't turn off the power to their synth. Supposedly, even the current to your house makes a difference in the tone. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the thing. You got your super saw and your detune. Oh shit! They already got to use one at Guitar Center. If you guys are buying you stuff, you if you guys are buying you stuff, look at Guitar Center first before you look at Reverb. They warned you about the outboard gear tunnel. It's definitely a tunnel for sure. This looked like this smoked cigarettes. This looked like the fucking board smoked cigarettes. Which Phantom you got? Yeah, look, Jupiter like reverb is bugging, bro. You got the new Phantom 6? Yo, you gotta give me free shipping on this, bro. Can't be charging. You can't be charging me $150 to ship. I'll just get a new one. What else you guys got? Anything spicy on this Sunday? Yeah, bro, $2,400 plus $150 shipping. I'm gonna save $20 off of buying a brand new one. No, thank you. You're a crazy person. $2,800. You haven't seen me use the sub 37 in a minute. That's because I'm getting better bass tones out of my Prophet X, and I have my Prophet X right in front of me now. So I've been using my Prophet X a lot, and I get fantastic bass tones out of it, especially when I use it with this pedal. Like this pedal and the sine waves out of the Prophet X, they quake. Yeah, bro, this shit is $2,500 no matter where you look for it at. God, it's so fucking sexy too, bro. I want this shit so bad. Give it to me. And it's awful, bro. They got one of these at the Guitar Center at my fucking at my right by my house. Just hanging out, looking delicious. All $3,400 of it. Makes me so sad. Makes me so sad. All right, guys. I'm going to hop on up out of here if y'all don't have anything else for me. PC, but everyone, anyone, please. You think I need mic pre's with a PreSonus Studio Live? I mean, RM, you just got to use your ears, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, if you record with that mixer, you know, use your ears. When you hook a mic up to it, does it sound amazing? Do you think it could sound better? If you think it could sound better, grab a preamp. See if you could borrow one or rent one. Use it. Use your ears. See if it sounds better with a preamp. If it sounds better with a preamp, then you need a preamp. All right, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. You guys keep it simple. Don't be basic. And